Welcome to Rants and Reason. I am Chuck.
I am Karen.
I am a liberal.
And I am a conservative. But as Abraham Lincoln reminds us, we are not enemies. We are friends.
We are friends. And today is Meme Monday.
Yes, it is. It is. Well, this is a meme of a supposed tweet from Sean King with a text that states, 112 Tomahawk missiles launched at Syria. Each costs $1.8 million to make. That's $224 million total. The estimated cost to replace Flint's pipes, $55 million.
Now first, this is an obvious non sequitur and an appeal to emotion. Chemical attacks in Syria and what we do about it have nothing to do with water in Flint. Second, right or wrong, the national budget doesn't work this way. You don't take money from one allotted area to give to another. Third, one is primarily a state responsibility, the other is federal.
What we found out in the research was, according to various sources, approximately $250 million in state funding and $100 million in federal funding was actually sent to Flint for recovery from the water crisis. Also, $82 million of that was specifically directed to replace Flint pipes, which is more than the meme's listed $55 million. Also, a Natural Resources Defense Council report shows that the Flint water is now safe.
Now, nailing down weapons costs is not all that easy. And if Karen cannot find the cost of a weapon, it just can't be found. So, there are different types of Tomahawk missiles. Weapons fact sheet are not broken down by specific weapon. They're listed per weapon family, which skews the cost because it goes by average of all weapons under that category of Tomahawk, despite the fact each type has a different production cost. Also, the Navy Comptroller sheets list budgeted amounts, but not a breakdown of costs involved. Because budget reports only show allotment and weapon quantity ordered, there's no way to know if the cost is base production or if it includes in procurement, transportation, and maintenance of the weapon or not. So it's really impossible to get a fully accurate picture of the cost. So we figured it would be best to look at information within a range.
Right. Well, CNN cites a U.S. Navy report that shows that each unit cost, each Tomahawk unit, and again, that's not easily defined, each unit cost is about $569,000 in 1999 dollars, which is equivalent to about $832,000 today. And the Center for Public Integrity cites a Navy spokesman who said that each unit costs $1.4 million. But I had trouble finding the original source. So going off other military fact sheets from 2017, it could even be as much as $1.6 million per unit. So basically, taking all the sources into consideration, Tomahawk missiles range from $600,000 to $1.5 million per missile. Either way, it's lower than the 1.8 cited in the original meme.
And there are nuclear Tomahawk missiles, which we are assuming would be at the high end of.
Right, exactly. Now, in the Syria strike, there were 66 U.S. Tomahawk missiles delivered from the sea. There were also 19 joint-to-air surface missiles, but those were not mentioned in the meme, so we're just going to focus on the 66. The meme said that there were 112 Tomahawk missiles used. There were not. There were 66. In fact, there was only 105 weapons total deployed in the Syria strikes. So the total amount of the coalition weapons was less than the meme stated with 112. Now, if you take into account the higher end costs, the higher end of the range, the Tomahawk missiles, the total would be $105 million. If you added in the joint air missiles, that would be $19 million. So the total for the mission, approximately $125 million.
And that's going at the highest range that we could find.
Possibly get. Right. If we went by the lower end of the range, the total mission would be $74 million. So even if we went with the highest range possible, the meme states that the mission cost $224 million. So that is a $100 million difference.
So our conclusion here is while this meme's appeal to emotion is effective, the information within it is
false.
False.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, meme 2. This meme is a side-by-side of Putin and Obama. The text says, one of these guys spies on his entire country. He must be tired, man. Spying on a whole country. I mean, what kind of binoculars do you need? Executes people without trial and uses drones to kill children. The other is Vladimir Putin.
Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm going to really hope that this was disseminated with the point of showing how stupid it is. And I think this started kind of going about a long time ago. So I don't know if it was a Russian troll or not, but I sincerely hope it is. I hope it's a bot and not a person that's actually putting out this information and believing it. You know, first of all, this meme is referencing data collection and targeted combatant killings and drone usage. All of those things may be incredibly controversial and they're all worthy of very robust debate, but they're incomparable to the criminality of the Putin regime. It's just a ridiculous comparison.
And we identified some fallacies in there. And one is tu kukwe. The U2 fallacy. It's the I am rubber, you are glue fallacy. Now, attempting to use the illusion of hypocrisy as a diversion.
You too.
You too. Just you quo. Kukwe.
Yeah. Okay.
Et tu, Brute. Just because the Obama administration made decisions that were in opposition to some of his rhetoric, that does not equate to Putin. Utilizing this argument distracts from Putin's crimes.
You too. You too. I'm just going to start yelling that in the middle of our episodes. I'm just going to be like, you too.
I know I am. What are you? I know you are. What am I? The other thing we have here is an argument from a false premise. Assuming that the basis of an argument is true when there's no concrete evidence supporting the argument. Now, the section of the meme that says spies on his entire country, we collect a lot of data, but there's a big difference between data collection and actually spying. What Facebook does is actually spying.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry, disclaimer. This in no way is a legal thing. I don't know. We're not lawyers.
He's joking.
I'm joking, Mark. To imply that every citizen is being spied on is working off an incorrect basis. Number 2, executes people without a trial. I think that's something our country needs more of. But our assumption is that in this reference, that this is in reference to Anwar al-Awlaki. This is a guy the Yemeni government tried in absentia.
Absentia. You like saying that, don't you?
Well, it's kind of a fancy word.
I think you put it in the script on purpose just so you could say it.
That means he wasn't there.
He was absent.
Yeah, absentia. They tried him in absentia in November 2010 for plotting to kill foreigners and being a member of Al-Qaeda.
I shouldn't do that. Shouldn't be a member of Al-Qaeda.
If you're a member of Al-Qaeda, you can expect a little plane to drop on your head. A Yemeni judge ordered that he be captured, much like Billy the Kid, dead or alive. The inference in this meme is that the U.S. targeted innocent civilians without the legal context of possibly enemy combatants.
Right, because there's a whole legal definition that allows for that. We're adding that to the sources for this particular episode. But, I mean, there's a whole context of what constitutes a legal enemy combatant and how that changes constitutionality.
Yeah.
So.
The DOJ issued a memo saying, yeah, that's okay to do. They actually did. So they're doing it. Number 3, uses drones to kill children. Now, there's no disputing that innocent children and adults are killed in drone attacks.
Right.
But the meme...
It's always tragic when that does happen.
It is.
It's
but
a sad thing.
The implication here is that this is done on purpose.
Right.
And there's no evidence to support that implication. And unfortunately, it's just a reality of war that innocent people are going to get killed.
Right. Another fallacy that is in this meme is the false analogy. The fallacy of incorrectly comparing one thing to another in order to draw a false conclusion. In this case, by highlighting President Obama's quote-unquote crimes, the assumption is that Putin is more law-abiding and principled than Obama, which is patently ridiculous. I mean, it's just...
Yeah. So all in all, this meme is definitely...
false. So false.
And that is all we have to say about that. Now, we'd like to thank everyone who takes time to listen to us. You can find us on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes. We'd appreciate you dropping us a positive review. We're begging. We're pleading. Plead, Karen. Come on. Plead. Plead.
Pretty please. Pretty please. With a cherry on top. Yeah.
There you go.
You can also find us on Twitter at Rants Reason. And since I am the Twitter person, I get very excited when there's notifications. So please send me notifications and follow us on Twitter. It's at Rants Reason. And I want you to know we appreciate all of our Patreon supporters. And you can find us on Patreon as Rants and Reason.
Yes, you can. Thank you very much for listening to this. And
bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you.